Well guys, it is time to dig in to the Speed 3 finally, and we're going to start with replacing the high pressure fuel pump in this car. Every Speed owner should have this installed before doing any type of performance mods. This is of course the well and known AUTOTECH high pressure fuel pump. You can use the Cork Sport one as well, but the AUTOTECH is just tried and true as a solid thing to use, so definitely we're going to be putting this in. If you want more power, you're going to need greater fuel, so having an AUTOTECH high pressure fuel pump is definitely recommended. If you're in the MAZDASPEED game, you know how crucial these things are. This is pretty much the gateway into getting into modifications, and it's relatively a pretty easy install, so I'll show you guys, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Take out the old fuel pump or the stock one, put this one in. You're gonna reuse some stuff from the OEM fuel pump, so keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and open this up and see what comes in it. We got our high pressure fuel pump. This is it, guys. This tiny thing right here. If you don't have this tiny thing, you will have zoom zoom boom in your car very quick if you try and do performance mods. Then we got these little supporting stuff that is going to be, of course, joining on to the fuel pump in general, so we're going to need this as well. That's it. Those are the only two stuff. That whole box, and what, $350 just for this tiny thing right here. But trust me, it's probably the best 350 bucks that you'll ever spend. So to find our high pressure fuel pump, it's right under this cover, so let's go ahead and take this off. Oh, by the way, check it out, guys. I got some power tools for once. Should make the job a lot easier. And as you guys can see with the cover off, we can finally see our high pressure fuel pump. It is this right there. So let's begin taking this thing out. Alright guys, so quick update. I didn't take the Torx out yet. I'm gonna save that for last. I took all these little plugs out of the way. They're pretty simple to get out of the way. Don't worry if you like break them, they're pretty replaceable. And now we have some hard line. I'll try and zoom in so you guys can see that hard line right there. You're gonna loosen that. It should be a 19mm wrench, and you pull towards the battery box to loosen it, and then you pull towards the engine to tighten it. A super helpful tip that I've watched from some other people's videos is to put a zip tie down on the line down there, so that when you do loosen this, it doesn't fall all the way down there into the engine bay. So put a zip tie around the little line right there. That way it'll just stay right there and not fall all the way down. You know, working in the engine bay of this car really reminds me why I hate working on this car. But we got the high pressure fuel pump out. Now, this is where the bench vise comes into play. Gonna put it in here, and we're gonna remove this piece right here, and then we're gonna put in the new AUTOTECH high pressure fuel pump. Alright guys, so we have our fuel pump internal right there. We got our little bits for it. We're gonna reuse these two, obviously. I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but for the people that don't, you're gonna reuse these two off the OEM pressure fuel pump, and you're gonna throw these or discard these away because you don't need those no more. Don't mind my hands, guys, but you know how it is working on cars. But anyway, what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab this AUTOTECH fuel pump internal, right, and you're gonna put it upwards inside this. I'm pretty sure you guys already know how this whole thing goes down. I'm gonna go ahead and do this and throw it back together real quick, and we'll put it back inside the actual base of it and then throw it back into the car. Now it should be 40 foot-pounds of torque, so just remember that, guys, when putting this on. Alright guys, so check this out. Out with the old stock garbage fuel pump and in with the new AUTOTECH high pressure fuel pump. Now all you got to do is throw this back in, and that is it. After this, it will be time for some performance mods. Alright guys, it is now night. I took a break and then came back out here, and it gets dark so fast, goodness damn. But anyway, we got the high pressure fuel pump back installed. It's just for me to put all these stuff back, like the lines and all of that, and then we should be good to go, and the install should be good. Boom, and just like that, boys, the AUTOTECH high pressure fuel pump is now installed, and we're ready to do stuff like intake, downpipe, of course with the to and after. Pretty easy install though, nonetheless. Pretty straightforward, not really hard to do. Definitely something you can do yourself instead of paying someone to do it. Still super crazy the fact that this small thing does such a huge benefit to your car, I'm telling you. But now guys, look at that, Speed 3 is ready. I'm glad that's all done and installed and out of the way, so super happy with the turnout. And of course, in the next video, we're definitely going to be throwing on the intake, and of course changing the spark plugs. That's another thing I have to do. Go with the one step colder ones that are recommended for Speed 3s. So that and the intake. Then we're probably gonna get a tune, well, most likely gonna get a tune, and then we will take this thing out for a spin. Or I might just leave it as is after the intake and wait until we put the downpipe on, and then just get the full thing tuned like that. That way it just saves us time. I'm not even gonna lie guys, I am not excited to do the downpipe. It is the biggest pain with these cars, but we gotta do it, right? It makes the biggest difference on these things, besides the turbo. This is something that a Speed 3 must have. A high pressure fuel pump, an upgraded high pressure fuel pump. Definitely get one from Cork Sport, or you can get one from AUTOTECH, whichever one you prefer. I'm sure there's another one out there, but those are pretty much the main go-to ones. But regardless guys, I am super excited, I am super pumped, and I cannot wait for this thing to make some power and just make the noises, that turbo noises that we all know and love. Anyway guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end off today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope you guys have learned something from it. If not, then I hope you guys just enjoy the video in general. This is a must thing for speeds. It's a must have. You have to have this done. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a good one. Peace out. Stay humble. Stay blessed. Peace.